Now at 6, recovery efforts continue this morning in Washington, D.C. following this week's midair collision involving a commercial plane and a U.S. Army helicopter. Thomas Schultz is going to join us here in just a moment with the latest on the FAA's investigation.
And the man is now facing murder charges after his ex-girlfriend's body was found in his car after a crash. We have the details coming up.
Northwest Gilson and 3rd. There's a guy with a gun. I need police now.
And that audio shares exactly what was going on when an armed man hijacked a TriMet bus earlier this week. We'll explain how the driver's actions that day may have helped save lives.
And how about some rain this morning? It's the first time we've seen rain in like 18 days, and Rod says it is here to stay. KGW News at Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Friday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney. You mentioned the rain. That's why we bring Rod Hill and Chris McGinnis into the picture here. So, Rod, today is the final day of the month. It'll go in the books as one of the driest Januaries we've ever seen around here. But, man, that dry weather, gone.
Certainly going in the books as a dry January. We weren't dry enough to make the list for the total amount of rainfall. We had over 2 inches. But to Drew's point, yesterday was day 18, which is now the longest consecutive stretch in the month of January we've ever had in terms of no rainfall. So how about that? Now, here's the radar right now. This is not a stormy day. It's not a day with any watches, warnings, advisories here in the valley. Just a good old-fashioned rainy day. There will be some breaks in the rain, but overall, it's going to be raining more than not through the morning, through the afternoon, into the early evening hours. It's snowing up on the mountains, so the snow is back to the Cascades as well. 29 degrees upper timberline, and we do have snow sticking at pass level. Temperature at Government Camp is 33. If you're traveling up over the high country today, just check conditions. There could be some warming up there during the day, but again, always best to check conditions. The bricks are wet in downtown Portland. 42 is the current number. It's going to be a mild day somewhat, 46 at noon, and we get up to about 50 degrees. Breezes from the northwest, breezes from the southwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour. And we're alerted in reds because, hey, haven't had a rainy day impact your life in a while. You're going to see it today. Here's Chris.
Soggy down low and raining up top, or snowing up top, I should say. Highway 26, again, we do have some snow up there. It's just a reminder, it's been a little while, but anybody heading up and over the passes, be aware of what those flashing ODOT signs say. And in this case this morning, you are required to carry chains or traction tires with you as you head into the higher terrain. Those requirements could be beefed up to say you have to put chains on. And the reason being is that cars and trucks get stuck up there all the time. The consequences if you get stuck when there were chain or traction tire requirements is that you could be fined. So I just want to let you know about that. Down low here, Powell Boulevard, Portland Fire Rescue dealing with a fire at 131st and Powell. Looks like the fire is out, but there still is some crews on the scene. And again, wet roads out there this morning. There's a live look at Highway 26. Again, the rain has fallen, but so far, China, Drew, no unexpected freeway delays just yet.
Thank you, Chris. And this morning, recovery efforts are once again underway in the Potomac River in D.C. after that horrific plane crash Wednesday night.
We know no one survived the midair collision between a U.S. Army helicopter and an American Airlines regional jet near Reagan National Airport. Thomas Schultz is covering the story for us this morning. So, Thomas, we're learning more and more information about all this, including some information about air traffic control that night.
Yeah, that's right, Drew. We've learned that staffing in the air traffic control tower at Reagan was not normal at the time of the crash. Here's some video from NBC obtained by CNN of this crash. We learned one controller was handling both planes and helicopters at Reagan Wednesday night, though that is considered acceptable by FAA standards. Audio shows a controller asking the pilot of the military helicopter if he sees the plane, then tells him to pass behind it. But the response from the chopper is garbled.
S25, 0G in flight.
That has an aircraft in flight precision separation.
They told us to turn our lights off.
Sources tell NBC investigators are looking to see if the Black Hawk helicopter was flying above its designated altitude.
We'll go back to look at training, we'll look at fatigue, we'll look at time, look at communication. All of those are important parts.
And while this investigation continues, families, of course, are left grieving, including in the U.S. figure skating community. Young athletes were on board the plane returning from a premier training camp.
It's a very tight-knit community here. Most of us have shared similar coaches. Even amongst the other rinks in the area, we all very much know each other. We're very much friends.
The people that lost their lives, they were completely vested in this, so much that they were doing homeschooling. and they were just here from early morning until night, skating.
And we just learned that one of those ice skaters on board that plane was just 12 years old. Drew?
Yeah, one of 67 altogether, Thomas, who lost their lives that night. Again, Thomas Schultz covering our top national story this morning. Right now, though, we do want to turn our attention to our top local story this morning. It's the investigation that's underway into the deadly shooting of a motel owner there along the Oregon coast. So this shooting happened just after 10 o'clock yesterday morning at the Four Winds Motel in Depot Bay. That's right off Highway 101. Police found the 44-year-old owner dead inside. Now, the suspect, they say, took off, but police used spike strips to stop him heading east on Highway 20. That's right before the Benton County line. 29-year-old Brennan Neal now faces several charges, including murder, robbery, and attempting to elude police.
Same police say that they found the body of a murder victim in the wreckage of a crashed car. The vehicle rolled over on Corvallis Road south of Independence Monday morning. The driver, identified as Tyler Holman, was taken into the hospital. Deputies say it doesn't appear that the woman they found dead in the car was killed in the accident. Instead, they believe her body was being moved. The medical examiner identified the victim as Holman's ex-girlfriend, Ashley Gandolfi, and found that she had been shot to death. Holman is now in jail facing murder charges. The St. Helens School District has hired a new acting superintendent. Dr. Karen Fisher-Gray previously served as superintendent of the Coos Bay, Park Rose, and Lincoln County school districts. There she is right there. She takes over for Dr. Stephen Webb, who was appointed to the role temporarily in November amid ongoing sex abuse investigation and after the former superintendent resigned.
Our top story yesterday at this time was the big fire at the old Blue Heron paper mill in Oregon City. Fire crews wound up spending all day yesterday working to put that fire out. It started just before 4 o'clock yesterday morning, and firefighters say we could still see some smoke coming from that site for at least another day as that fire continues to smolder. No official word yet on the cause. The mill, we know, has been vacant since 2011. The Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde bought the site in 2019, slowly dismantling the buildings on that property, all to make way for a new riverfront development project.
It's truly a saddening time for us because, as I think most Oregonians know, that this is a sacred site to us.
The tribe say they don't believe this fire will set the redevelopment project back, considering that the plan all along was to tear down every one of those buildings.
The city of Portland has reached a tentative agreement with a union representing more than 1,000 city employees avoiding a strike. So this comes after almost 18 hours at the bargaining table. Portland City Council and the union will vote to ratify the agreement. But another union, which represents some 200 city workers, still plans to strike next Thursday, but a mediation session is scheduled for Monday, so there is still a chance the two sides could reach a deal.
All right, all this morning we've been live out of Poshines in North Portland to preview the restaurant's annual Chitlin Festival, and there the Chitlins are in all their glory in several different fashions. And that right there is John Tolbert. He is the general manager, really the main man, the backbone of Poshines over on North Denver Avenue. So Chitlin's a celebration of Black history through food. The Chitlin Festival is happening today and tomorrow. And tomorrow, of course, Rod Hill, is the official start of Black History Month. So at 6:45, we're going to hear more from John, talk about that festival that they've been doing for years over there, and really just how important Poshines has been to that North Portland community.
I can tell by looking at that food, which looks good. It's important. Good morning to you. Changing weather, right? The rain came back overnight as expected. It's going to be a rainy day here in the valley as expected, and we're watching lowering snow levels that start to drop sharply later this evening behind a cold front, and we'll be down to 500 feet Saturday, closer to 300 feet Sunday, and then after that, really pretty close to sea level into next week. Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, any precip we have coming out of any cloud would be just snowflakes. But the deal is, this is the big wet day this Friday. We have numerous showers tomorrow that may produce enough snow down to 500 feet to find to produce some stacking up of accumulation for those of you who live up in elevation. But from Sunday on, there's really a question mark in terms of, do we actually get enough precipitation to have any impact? It's a scattered shower pattern, and it's tough to figure out if we're going to have anything really that matters or not, if you will. Sticking snow showers, with that said, especially tomorrow into Sunday, down to 300 feet. So if you live in the Metro Hills, will you see some flurries at times this weekend? Absolutely. Will you get some accumulation? Not sure, but if there's a little cluster of showers that lines up at the right time and hits you, you could stack up a handful of inches, which would be issues, yes. All right, Portland's going to be mostly rain showers this weekend. It's just a wet, rainy day today outside of the Cascades. It's all rain through the gorge. It's all rain today over the Coast Range. Temperature is not an issue. 45 in Sherwood, 48 in Salem. It is a south breeze, 10 to 20, 25 miles per hour today, so that's going to keep warming us up. Here's Gus taking a little snooze. Still got a holiday hat on there with his pal, it looks like. Use that hashtag KGW Dog of the Day. Post on your social media channels. We will find your photo and your dog will be our dog of the day. Okay, forecast high for today. Everybody's got precipitation in the forecast. Again, snow up in the Cascades where there is a storm warning up for today, and you will need to be prepared to drive in snowy conditions over the passes. Otherwise, 50 in rain at the coast, 50 in rain here in the valley. KGW weather impact alert for the rain today simply because it's been so long. So yeah, you have to get back in the rainy frame of mind. And then we've got the impact for Saturday through Wednesday, just with those low snow levels, and we're unsure if there's going to be an issue with precipitation amounts or not through this period. That is your update for now.